Hi guys, so I know it's been about 2 years since I last posted a video, but I felt that with everything that happened with Bray passing and stuff, that I really wanted to get into it again, and I figured the best way to start is to acknowledge his death and share some clips I was able to take when I witnessed him live back in 2018 and share it with you guys. Also speak about how much Bray Wyatt meant to me. Just speak about him a bit, but I'll do that after I post all the footage, so you can decide whether you want to watch it or not. It's up to you. I guess my return to YouTube is sort of, you know, in those cliche moments when it's like when someone passes, you realize how short life is and how you shouldn't let life dictate, how hectic your life is, dictate what you do and to hold you back from doing stuff you used to enjoy. And I really did enjoy YouTube when I did it, even though I was shy and awkward probably, and I still kind of am. But anyway, I'll get into a little life update sometime when I start posting more and getting into it again. But for now, I just want to do this video. I hope you enjoy the footage of him live, and if you haven't seen him live or attended a live event before, I hope you enjoyed this and hope it sort of makes you feel like you are there. I'm gonna leave all the audio in as well, so you'll hear me screaming and fangirling, so you can just pretend you're there with me, because I feel like for those that will never be able to see him live, I feel like you need to get that experience and just get a second-hand feeling of what it is to be one of the buzzards and fireflies in the audience when he's in the building with you. So I hope you enjoy.
Oh my god!
So I know the lighting probably isn't the best and the setup isn't the best, but I'm still trying to find my way around doing that. But for now, for this video, it doesn't really matter because what I want to say and the message matters more. So Bray Wyatt. I will admit in the beginning I wasn't a huge fan of the Wyatt family, but I always admired the way he spoke and the way he was able to put words together and how poetic he was. Even if you weren't a fan of him initially, if he was feuding with someone that you admired and loved, you would still be captivated by the way he spoke and the mind games and how he was able to just bring out sort of the best in the wrestlers. And it's these larger than life characters that you love, and then he was able to instill fear in them and make them appear vulnerable and target their weaknesses in ways that nobody else could. And because he was Bray Wyatt, he was allowed to. And I remember when he feuded with Roman, how he spoke about his family and how he spoke about his family. And I remember getting so upset because like, how dare he speak about Roman's family and hit that low blow. But obviously it's a storyline, but you do get affected when you are a fan and you don't want them to be seen as vulnerable. But at the end of the day, only he could do it in a way where it felt real because it was Bray Wyatt. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I became a fan of him, a major fan of him, like apart from the Wyatt family. I think maybe 2016, 2017, I think. Then I really started liking him and getting into him, and like I said, I've always been a fan of the way he conveyed storylines, but I really started being invested in him as a character and wanting more for him. And I just wanted him to win championships and get the recognition he deserved, because I feel like for so long he didn't get what he deserved. And I remember crying when he won, when he became the SmackDown champion, because I feel like a character like Bray Wyatt doesn't always get to be champion, because you want the person that's, I don't know how to put it, but you know, these characters never become champion because it sort of doesn't suit them to get the gold. So when he became tag team champions with Randy, I was really ecstatic because he deserved that, and their partnership also helped you see a different side of him. And then when he became the champion, although it wasn't long, I would have loved for the reign to be much longer. I was very happy for him, and I write on Wattpad as well, and along that time I started writing fan fiction with him because I love these words so much that I wanted to sort of get inside his mind as a writer, even though I obviously couldn't because I couldn't speak to him and stuff. But from his character, I created an extension of him within my book. And even writing as him, I got so much inspiration for the story, and just having this idea of him, it was amazing. And he brought me so much happiness in a time when I was grieving a loss in my family, and writing about him and just watching him. There was a time where I wasn't really into wrestling, but I would make sure to watch his matches, and especially when he became the Fiend, I was even more proud of him for that because of the way he conveyed the character and just the, how do I say, I can't even find the words, but the diversity within his characters. I mean, the Fiend he had the fun house, he had all the characters, the Wyatt Gym thing. It was just, all of the characters made sense because he created it and it's his mind. And I don't even know why I'm doing this talking part because it's probably a bit boring and all that, but I just felt like Bray Wyatt meant a lot, and when I found out, I was shocked as everybody else was, and it just doesn't feel real that he isn't there and won't be on our screens anymore. And I haven't been keeping up to date with wrestling as much as I did in the past, but I remember last year when he returned, I made a point of watching his segment. And I remember how out of character he seemed, because he was thanking everybody and showing much appreciation for everybody and becoming very emotional. And it, even though it was a bit out of character, I appreciated it because at the end of the day, it didn't take away from the mystique or the amazing character that Bray Wyatt was. Whatever he did, it just made sense for him to do anything and still be that larger than life character, if that makes sense. So I really appreciate that he was able to be that vulnerable on screen and thank everybody, because the Fireflies love him. The Buzzards will always be there, and he was just amazing. And yeah, the wrestling world won't be the same, and there won't be anybody like him, and it's just he's gone way too soon. And I just wish he was still here, but you know, these things can't be planned, and I think him being gone and his life being cut so short just needs to put things in perspective for everybody. That life is truly too short, and I know there are so many things that happen, we realize that, but it really is too short. We need to do what we want to do, and to tell people what we want to tell people, and take the risk and just live life and not care if you're going to embarrass yourself or make a mistake or about failing. It's life. And I think if anything Bray taught us is to always take a risk, no matter how the crowd may perceive it, and in our case the people in our lives, how they may perceive it. Just take the risk, and if it's authentic to you, do it and live life for you, and allow your mind to flourish, and allow your creative side to flourish, because oftentimes we don't do what we want to do because we're afraid of the judgment from people and being different, because we're afraid of how people may perceive us after they've known a certain version of us for so long. But with Bray, he wasn't scared to break the mold. He transitioned into so many incredible characters while still having the essence of the original Bray Wyatt, the man who captivated us with his words. And he had a way of hypnotizing you and making sure that you're captivated by him. And that's because he spoke what he felt. And I remember reading this quote where in one of his comments on this picture, someone asked him what happened to the Fiend or something, and he was like, the Fiend isn't gone, I am the Fiend is me. And that's all of us. We all have a bit of the Fiend in us, and it's how we choose to deal with the Fiend and let the Fiend out that matters. And I feel like with Bray, he allowed his darkness to be released through his creativity. And obviously I can't speak for him because I don't know him personally, but that's what I receive from him, because just seeing the posts of people posting him and seeing so many never before seen pictures of him and seeing him laughing and so happy, you could definitely see that the contrast was there, and a lot of the darkness he was able to let out through being the Fiend and being this dark, eerie character for a long time. And I feel like we all need to find positive ways to release that part of us, and Bray has been a perfect example on how to do that. And just whether you are good at writing or acting or music, whatever you feel is good for you to let out that side, just do it. You don't have to post it, you don't have to do a YouTube or anything, but you do need to let that out and not hide it or bury it, because it needs to be let out. Because at the end of the day, that dark parts of us make us who we are, and trying to bury it or being ashamed of it is just doing ourselves a disservice, because we are humans and we can't be perfect all the time. We can't be happy and positive and love life all the time. We all have bouts of depression and sad moments, and some of us experience really bad depression, and it's all a part of life. And I feel like Bray stood up for all of that, even though if he wasn't as vocal about it, through his character you got that, and you could tell that he was sort of friends with his darkness. And at the end of the day, that's what you have to be in life. Anyway, this is just me rambling and sort of, I should have made notes for this, but I didn't. But at the end of the day, I just want to say that Bray meant a lot to me. There's a huge void that he has left, and nobody will ever replace him. And I just want to make this video to remember this moment in time of feeling that loss and feeling that, and just want to say how much I appreciate him, how much I appreciate that he made me feel okay about the darkness, the dark thoughts, the scary thoughts, the fearful thoughts. He was a calming voice and will forever be missed. We love him and we appreciate him, and thank you, Bray. And I will forever be a firefly and a buzzard in the audience, shining the light. And I also want to say, never forget how valuable you are and how important you are, even if the way you express yourself is different now. Others do. At the end of the day, I feel like it's the most important part is our individuality, and for us to express it as loudly as we can. And that's another thing that Bray was a perfect example of, because there was no one like him. And yes, I know he was compared to the Undertaker many times, but the way he spoke cannot be compared. The way he could put words together, how poetic he was, again, cannot be compared. He just was so different, and he shined because of it. He shined through the darkness. And I want everybody watching this and everybody who was a fan of him, and I just want everybody to shine through the darkness in their lives. And I think that's the best thing that we can take away from Bray Wyatt, from Wyndham, because I do believe he was a light. We've heard it from everybody that knew him, and personally, as a wrestling fan and watching him, I could see that, and that's what drew me to him. Yeah, thanks so much for watching.